Welcome back viewers, you're watching the Savera and I'm Shefali. The Kailash Mansarovar Yatra is set to resume today, that is June 30th, after a 5-year hiatus due to the COVID-19 pandemic and strained India-China relations. The spiritual pilgrimage to the 18,000-foot high Mount Kailash, located near the sacred lake Mansarovar, will see hundreds of devotees undertake a physical demanding journey to these revered sites. Both Mount Kailash and Lake Mansarovar hold deep religious significance across multiple faiths. They are worshipped by Hindus, Buddhists, Jains and followers of the Tibetan-born religion. Locally known as Mapad Yomtsko, Lake Mansarovar is a fresh lake water situated at the altitude of 4,600 meters in the Nagari prefecture of Tibet, China. Hindu belief, Lord Brahma created the lake and it is thought to possess purifying properties. Mount Kailash, a towering peak in the region, is considered the spiritual center of the world, particularly revered in Buddhism, where it is known as Mount Meru, symbolizing the source of all spiritual energy. For Jains, it is believed that Trikanchara Rageshwara attained salvation at a location known as Mount Astpada. Now, resumption after the Yatra after a long break. The Kailash Mansarovar Yatra was suspended in 2020 due to the global pandemic, and despite the end of COVID restrictions, the pilgrimage did not resume immediately because of the political tensions between India and China, especially following the 2020 Galwan Valley standoff. However, now following the diplomatic thawing and talks beginning in December 2024, the pilgrimage has now resumed. Devotees wishing to undertake the yatra can choose between the two routes, the Nathula Pass in Sikkim or the Lipulekh Pass in Uttarakhand. Nathula Pass, now located at 4,310 meters, Nathula Pass is on the border between Sikkim and Tibet. From this route, the journey to Lake Mansarovar spans nearly 1,500 kilometers, accessible by vehicle. Pilgrims need to trek only 35 to 40 kilometers for the parikrama, the sacred circulum of the mountain and the lake. Lipulekh Pass, now located near the three junction of India, Nepal and China. This route is more challenging. It involves a 200-kilometer trek through difficult terrain, with the lake about 50 kilometers from the Indian border. Only pilgrims aged 18 to 70 are permitted to undertake the yatra, which typically lasts more than 20 days. Participants must be in good physical and medical condition and must possess a valid Indian passport. India has allowed 750 nationals to participate in the Kailash Mansarovar Yatra this year, which will run from June to August. Pilgrims will travel in 15 groups, 5 via the Lipulekh Pass and 10 via the Nathula Pass. The first batch of 36 pilgrims travelling via Nathula have already reached the holy sites. The group departed from the New Delhi on June 13, 2025 and the first batch specifically for the Nathula route left from Gangtok on June 28, 2025. The yatra from the Lipulekh Pass will begin on June 30th, that is today, with 250 pilgrims divided into 5 batches, each consisting of 50 pilgrims. After a thorough medical checkup in Delhi, they will proceed to the Tanakpur base camp and eventually to the Gunji camp for further immaculation before crossing the Tibet. The Kailash Mansarovar Yatra is both a spiritual awakening and a challenging trek. As noted by Kavita Yaga Bugana, a pilgrim who unlocked the yatra in 2011, the trek remains one of the witness of the universe and the relevance injuries. As noted by Kavita Yaga Bugana, a pilgrim who undertook the yatra in 2011, the trek remains one of the vastness of the universe and the relevance and significance of one's today daily concerns. The most advanced part of the journey is 52 kilometers long Kailash Kot, which takes pilgrims to the Dolma Pass at an altitude of 5,630 meters. Now, this inner Kora, which encircles Mount Kailash, is considered particularly strenuous. Pilgrims undertaking the trek are advised to bring thermal clothing, trekking boots, hiking sticks and medical supplies, including those for altitude sickness. It's also recommended to carry snacks and ensure that warm socks and jackets are prepared for the cold conditions. The resumption of the Kailash Mansarovar Yatra reflects a cautious thaw in India-China relations, following a series of high-level diplomatic exchange in 2025. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval and Defense Minister Rajnath Singh met with Chinese officials to discuss security concerns, including border issues. The revival of the Yatra signals improved cooperation and despite ongoing tensions between the two nations. Some experts have speculated that China's decision to open the Kailash Mansarovar route could be a part of a broader strategy of panda diplomacy, a term used to describe China's use of giant panda as a diplomatic gift. However, there is skepticism about whether a revival of the Yatra is a genuine sign of goodwill or part of China's larger geopolitical maneuvering. In addition to the official routes, alternative ways to Mount Kailash have also emerged. In 2023, China began permitting Indian pilgrims to visit Kailash via Nepal, though the journey comes with high fees and strict regulations. For those unable to make the full pilgrimage, the Uttarakhand government has set up a viewing point at Lipulekh peak where visitors can watch a distinct view of the mountain. But why is Mount Kailash so important? Mount Kailash and Lake Mansarovar hold profound religious significance in multiple traditions. Hinduism. Mount Kailash and Lake Mansarovar has been located in Tibet, which has been under Chinese control since 1950. India officially recognized Chinese sovereignty in 1954 through the Sapchila Agreement, and the sites have since remained under Chinese administration. The revival of the Kailash Mansarovar Yatra not only marks a significant moment for Indian pilgrims, but also serves as a symbol of diplomatic cooperation between India and China. While challenging remains, particularly with the complex geopolitical context, the Yatra's assumption is a hopeful sign of renewed engagement between the two countries. Pilgrims embarking on their journey are not just pursuing spiritual enlightenment but also participating in a profound cultural exchange between the two ancient civilizations. That's all for now in this update. Stay tuned to the Savera, download the app and follow us on various social media platforms.